Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Tales of the Abyss. In the last episode, we beat up Sword Dancer after he gave me a run for my money again. Then we made it through Theor Forest and tried to evade Malkuth guards and kind of failed. Then we found Oracle Knights, guy tried to kill us, and now we are in Grand Chokmah, the capital of the Empire of Malkuth. And the best town music in the game, I love it so much. I'm kind of fangasming about it, sorry. But yeah, what we need to do is we can't really go much of anywhere, unfortunately, because we have to go ahead and go see Emperor Peony first. So let's go ahead and charge forward, as the game keeps us out of at least the inn, anywhere where Guy is being stored. We can, though, do some shopping and talk to people and such. So let's go ahead and see what we can find. If I could talk to anybody, thank you. There's your medicine shop, which has the usual stuff. Pretty good place to get lemon gels. In terms of buying stuff, this is actually one of the better places to buy stuff, especially toward the end of the game, because the Grand Chokmah TLP will be much higher than it is really just about anywhere else except maybe in Gave. So definitely want to keep an eye out for that. If you want to buy your rice and such, you can do that here. I don't really feel a need to buy much right yet, but it's still something to keep in mind. And here's your equipment shop too, which, given that Luke is by himself at the moment, there's not really much you need. But again, it's there anyway just in case you need it, and I guess I'll go ahead and take that gold bracelet. But other than that, I think I should be in pretty good shape, so let's slip this on him. And we should be good to go. Now upstairs, actually, is the capacity course shop, which really doesn't do you any good. The only reason that capacity course shops are even in the game is basically just to show you which ones you have and show you which ones you're missing. You see I'm missing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on that list and an entire page. So I'm missing 17 capacity cores. We can get those either through fighting enemies, by picking up treasure chests, or by stealing them occasionally from different bosses, which we'll get to that time when the time comes. This building is, well, pretty much the church. It doesn't serve much of a role. We'll see it once or twice in the plot, but it's really not any big deal, honestly. Alright, move to the left here. And, well, we have the next area, which is a scene.
Don't follow me.
I promised I'd watch you.
I'm going with you, Master!
Leave me alone.
If I leave you alone, you're liable to start dreaming up nonsense.
What do you mean, nonsense?
Like the idea that Guy hates you.
But he has to, that's why
Are you stupid?
What did you say?
Do you think you've never done anything to make anyone dislike you at all?
That's not what I...
Guy is only human. I'm sure there have been times you made him angry. But he came back for you.
Well, maybe so, but...
So, there was a time when Guy hated you so much he wanted to kill you. But he still believed in you, that you'd recover from Exariuth, right?
You sure don't pull any punches when you talk to people.
What?
I know you were trying to make me feel better. You only made it hurt worse.
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking.
Maybe it's a good thing to have someone slap some sense into me.
Luke.
I'm so stupid. I don't have time to feel depressed. We have to see the Emperor. Thank you too, Mew.
Don't mention it! Now let's go find Jade and Natalia.
Alright, so brief little interval there, not a big deal. Now, if we go in here, we have, well, the bar. Not much we can do here right now, but let's go ahead and head upstairs. And, well, we've got lots of folks here, mostly just kind of random NPCs, talking about Emperor Peony and so on and so forth. And at the end of the bar, we have, hello, Jade. Things don't look good. I can feel tension in the air, maybe a sign of conflict to come. You look like you've calmed down. Let's go. Alrighty, so we've got our Jade back, which is always nice. Now, when we go downstairs, we can actually queue one of the side events that we can do here, which is talk to the bartender. Why, if it isn't Colonel Curtis, I haven't seen you lately. I was beginning to worry. My apologies. I've been so busy, it's been hard to find the time. come by and tell some more stories, more of your stories again sometime. I'd be happy to. Oh, Colonel, I just remembered. If you're busy, I'll give you the recipe for your usual. Ah, yes, thank you. I'll take you up on that. Here you are. So we get curry, which is a tasty dish. Now you can enjoy the house special whenever you find the time. Alrighty, so take care of that pretty well. Alright, there's not really much left to do here, honestly. This is the port, which, if you sail here in the future, this is where you will disembark and embark. Although, honestly, you can really go either way and be okay, but you'll usually want to do so from the port if you want to make certain that everything works out. This is just pretty much a kind of standalone area, but look at that. I mean, goodness gracious, we can't go to any of that area, unfortunately, but it's just really beautiful here. You see the seagulls flying off there, you see the aqueducts in the background, and then the city there in the right-hand side. It's just really nice. I like the aesthetics of this place a lot, if you couldn't tell already. Hello, what's up, Frings? Please, bring the others with you. Oh, okay, I've got to find Natalia. Alright. Let's see, I don't quite remember where Natalia is, actually. I think she might have been at the port. So let's go back and see if we can find her. Of course, then again, I might have just waltzed right by her and not even noticed. Oh well. Not the worst thing in the world, but I think she is down at the port. We just didn't quite go far enough into it to actually see her. Oh, okay. I wondered if she was in the corner over there. Yeah. Hi, Natalia. Luke, please try to keep your spirits up. There's no way Guy could truly desire to kill you. Alright, so she's back in our party now. Okay, that's everyone. Let's go see General Frings. Well, too bad I already took you there and then had to bring you right back. Sorry about that. But yeah, let's just go ahead and go over and see him. It's not going to be too long of a walk, so I don't think I'll really bother cutting anything. But just, it gives you a chance to enjoy the scenery, enjoy the theme, so on and so forth. Alright, now we got everybody roped in here.
Ah, you must be the ones dragging my Jade all over the place and keeping him away from home.
What?
And then he goes and gets hit with a phone slot seal. This Claude can be a real pain, huh?
Not at all, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, must you confuse our guests?
Sorry. Yeah, I guess we should get down to business. Jade's basically explained everything to me.
As things stand now, there's a danger that St. Bina could fall into the cliff off.
So it seems. In fact, I've already been informed that the land around St. Bina has begun sagging.
Then we must evacuate the residents.
I'd love to, but a lot of the council members are reluctant.
Why? Their countrymen are in danger.
Because of the military threat from Kimlaska.
The Kingdom of Kimlaska Landvildir issued a proclamation.
We hereby denounce Malkuth's destruction of Axariuth in order to bring about the deaths of Princess Natalia and the tertiary heir to the throne, Luke von Fabre. In the name of Lorelei and Julia, we shall initiate immediate sanctions.
For all practical purposes, that's a declaration of war.
My father is mistaken.
Or is he, Princess Natalia? We believe that Kimlaska may have destroyed Axariuth to create an excuse for war.
My country would never commit such a despicable act.
Yeah, and besides, I was the one who...
Luke, we all know what happened. Natalia, please calm down. It doesn't matter now whether Kimlaska destroyed Axariuth to start a war or not.
Yes, the problem is that the council believes that the sinking of St. Bina is Kimlaska's work.
So they think that any forces sent to rescue the citizens will be wiped out along with the city.
Exactly. Until we heard Jade's story, we'd thought Kimlaska had developed a phone tech weapon capable of creating a hyper-resonance.
At the very least, Kimlaska was not responsible for Axariuth. And even if it were, St. Bina is still going to fall. How can not rescuing them possibly be better? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, Your Majesty. If it's impossible to send troops, then please let us go.
Allow me to make the same request. If something happens, at least Malkuth forces won't be caught in it.
I'm surprised. Why are royalty like yourselves so intent on helping an enemy country?
We're not enemies. Our citizens travel between our countries as if it were perfectly normal. And it's my duty as one born into the royal family to aid those in need.
And you, Master Luke?
I am a criminal to Malkuth. I am to blame for what's happening. I want to do anything I can. I want to save everyone.
Well, you heard them. What do you think, Sesaman? Your dear apprentice, Jade, also says we can trust these guys regarding St. Bina.
Your Majesty, it's not polite to refer to them as these guys.
If I may make a suggestion, perhaps Luke and my unit could evacuate St. Bina, while General Nordheim contains the northward moving Kimlaskan army.
Are you giving a general orders? Well, I suppose it will work. We'll try to gain the Council's approval.
Thanks, man. I owe you one.
Then you won't abandon St. Bina?
Of course not. Though you all are the ones who are going to save it. They're my dearest people. Please help us save them.
I'll do everything in my power.
As will I.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
I have to summon the Council now. I'll let you handle the rest, Jade.
Evacuating an entire city is not an easy task, you know.
What should we do exactly?
As His Majesty said, the military won't enter the city for fear of it becoming another Axariuth. We'll enter St. Bina first and get help from former Field Marshal McGovern.
Okay, but first we gotta get our guy back, so we need to go do that. Now that we've spoken with the Emperor, though, we are pretty well free to do that. And welcome, by the way, to the Imperial Palace. It's a pretty nice place, actually. There are a few things we can do while we are here in Grand Chokmah. We will do them as time goes on, but for now, let's actually go ahead and go get Guy back, because if we're going to go anywhere and do anything, then that's pretty much what we need to do next. Now, as the folks mentioned in the game earlier, Guy is in the inn because he's resting from his ordeal trying to kill Luke. So he is in the inn, so that's where we need to go collect him. Fortunately, though, it won't be too long, and we will have pretty much our entire party back. Game, will you let us in now, please? Please? Hi.
The curse has been removed.
Guy, I'm sorry.
Luke?
I must have done something to make you suffer. That's why you...
What the hell are you talking about? It's not your fault, Luke. It's not your fault that I hated you so much I wanted to kill you. I'm originally from Malkuth.
What? Really?
I was born in Hod. On my 5th birthday, my relatives gathered at the mansion. Just as the scorer started to read my score, the war began.
The Hod War.
If I recall, it was Duke Fabra who attacked Hod.
Yes, Duke Fabra killed my family, my relatives, our servants, everyone. He destroyed everything I loved and laughed as he did it. So I set out to make him experience the same thing I did.
You entered House Fabra for revenge, then? Gylardia Gollin of the House of Count Gardios.
Oh, you knew, huh?
I noticed a few things, so I investigated. You fight in the Albert style, a technique that doesn't use a shield. It's unique to Hod.
Then you can't really want to be by my side, can you, Guy? I may be a replica, but I'm still a Fabra.
Come on, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have any lingering feelings about it, but...
But?
If you want me gone, then I'll cut ties with you right now. But if not, could I stick around a little longer? There's still something I want to confirm.
Okay, I trust you. No, I should say, trust me, Guy. Please.
Either way works for me.
Thank goodness. I was so worried you might start fighting.
Well, now that that's all settled nicely, how about we head for St. Bina?
Oh yeah, we heard from a messenger that you're going to St. Bina. But Ion is drained from healing the cursed slot. He'll stay here with me.
Annis, I'm fine. And if I go with them, I may be able to help.
Ion!
Annis, everyone, please take me along. Please?
If Master Van's after Ion, then he's in danger no matter where he is.
Are you saying he'd be better off where we can keep an eye on him? I suppose we have no choice.
Oh, not again, Ion.
So we get a new title for Guy, Malkuth Nobleman. And boy, wasn't that revelation a surprise, because if you'll remember, a pretty long time ago, the first few episodes of the game, whenever Guy said that he was after revenge and then tried to play off like a joke, that was actually real. He wasn't joking. So we can choose to either go straight to St. Bina, or we can go on and do other stuff. Now what we want to do is not go there directly, because there are a few things we can do here in St. Bina. There are a few things we can do here in Grand Chokmah, and there's some other stuff that we can do elsewhere that it would be a good idea for us to go ahead and do before we go to St. Bina. The first thing we need to do, though, is actually go downstairs out of the inn. If it will let me. Yeah, there we go. Forgot the loading screen here is a little weird. But let's go ahead and head out of the inn here. And then there are a few things that we can do. We might as well go ahead and do them while we are on the way through the inn. The first of them actually is back over where we met up with Jade, which is in the bar. Because with the bar area here where we were, we have, as it turns out, the final warehouse. You look like you're bored. Want to give me a hand? A hand? What do you want me to do? It's easy. I want you to organize that warehouse there. As long as the path gets cleared, that's good enough for me. Will you do it? Yeah, sure, why not? Fortunately, though, this is actually the easiest one of the four, so we're really not going to have to do terribly much, actually, to make this work. What we need to do is go ahead and push this up here, and then, let's see, I think we need to go... Let's see, well, that's not going to work, but I think I need to push that up, actually. Let's see, let me check this place out a little bit here. Make sure that I'm not missing anything. Okay. I think we need to go ahead and push this up into this slot. And then let's go ahead and grab this barrel and drag it down to where we can turn around, go around this way, and then manipulate it over here. And then push this around here. And then push it up and over this way so that we can go ahead and grab our lollipop, which is a, well, you'll see in a minute, it's a rather interesting looking weapon to say the least. Alright, now let me go back over and see what we need to do for this one. Okay, for that we just need to push that barrel over there up, I believe. And then we should be good to go ahead and collect this, which is lemon gel, which is always nice. Alright, now for this one, let's see, I think I need to actually push this barrel up here out of the way, and then we can go back around and pick up this treasure, which is the strange mark, which I'll be selling. So yeah, easy as pie. I didn't even have to look at directions for that one. And we get money! But we actually don't just get that. Wow, we sure organized a lot of crates. Yeah, no kidding. But we got tons of treasure. And we got tips to boot. Thank you all for working so hard for me. Since when were we doing it for your sake? And we get an extra title for Annis, Push and Pull Girl, which is actually I think a rather beneficial one. I don't quite remember right offhand. Alright, another thing we need to do, let's see. Okay, actually, I need to go back into the bar area. I forgot. There's one other thing I need to do. And that is something that is actually queued by going upstairs here, but we can't do everything while we are up here. What we've got to do is go over here and talk to the guy in... Okay, not that one. I need to talk to this guy over here. Talk to him. Oh, you've done well to find me. I apologize for leaving the promised location. Let me pass on the arcane art to you at once. But why do you pass on your arcane arts in such a long and cumbersome manner? Yeah, you use Albert-style sword techniques, right? You could just learn from the arcane art text that Master Van left. Our sword is not of the main trunk of the Albert style. The sword technique I use is Sigmund style, which branched off from Albert style. Sigmund learned the sword from Flail Albert. To protect Yulia and Albert and act as their advance guard, he improved upon what he learned, creating the Sigmund style. Fearing that, if it became well known, it would publicize the weaknesses of the Albert style, he decreed the style's techniques be passed down orally. Also, the only users of the Sigmund style are members of the House of Gardios and those connected with it. We didn't know what the Kimlaskan royalty or Duke Faber would do if our existence was discovered. I won't say anything to Father. Me neither. Thanks. So, did you learn the art? I'm the third teacher. He'll need to listen to 2 more. This sure takes a while. Where can I find the 4th? He should be in front of a machine that turns. A machine that turns, huh? Okay, I'll see if I can find him. Alright, so we've got our hint. It's actually not a particularly tough one to work out, considering the number of towns we've been in that have machines that do much of anything. Yeah, a grand total of 1, that being Belkin, so we'll be going there a little bit later. But for now, I want to finish things off by heading over to the military headquarters in Grand Chokmah, which actually we haven't been to quite yet. How to get there is basically go back to the palace area out front here and keep going left. If you do so, you'll go down a long walkway which will take you to the military headquarters. It's a bit of a hike, so yeah, get ready to hold that left button down for a while, but it's not too terrible. But go ahead and head in here, and once we finish with everything in terms of talking with Peony and getting Guy back, we can actually go in here, which this area we'll be seeing a pretty fair amount of in the game, so kind of get used to it, I guess. Not a very big place, so it's pretty much impossible to get lost. But go in here and talk with Sesamon. Is something troubling you, sir? It's you. You always show up at the perfect time, as if you'd calculated it. I don't quite understand, but I'll take it as a compliment. Ha! At any rate, I want to borrow your brain for a bit if you don't mind. Certainly. This sort of thing is really McGovern's specialty, but I'm sure you can handle it. Take a look at this. So we get an ancient scroll, which is going to be a key item. And this is the impact of the Outer Lands descent into the cliff-off exposed land strata north of Grand Chokmah. This was found here. It's in ancient Hispanian. It appears to be a sonnet, but it's meaningless and poorly written. What's it say? I'll read it aloud. The paradise is disturbed, and despair doth enshroud the world. Why doth the people become as beasts and bathe in blood? This power is naught but a weapon. To one of wisdom I entrust my 3 powers and declare them forbidden verse. The cluster of ice that doth shine like silver sleeps at the base of soil. It is the universal principle that sparkles in the desert. The great power that doth sleep at the foot of the frozen mountain is the embrace of heartless silver that doth carve the barren wilds. The sword of judgment is the wedge in the tides of the southern sea. The rainbow of the swamp doth illuminate he who seeketh knowledge, and shines down with 7-colored light upon the mountain path. Heaven's wrath doth fall upon the land of the children of divinity. Innumerable are the stars that shake the surface of the shallow river. Upon the island of spiritual mystery, bow down before heaven's power. Oh, that's a mouthful. I didn't understand a word of that. But phonons are radiating out from that scroll. If we are able to break the code or whatever it is, I suspect we'll uncover some sort of sealed power. I see. Yes, this is definitely Field Marshal McGovern's area of expertise. Do you think you could take on the task of deciphering this for me? Understood. Just in case, I'll leave a copy in my room. Just in case we do need to look at it again, yeah, you can go back to Jade's room, which is actually a little bit further down the military headquarters, and you can read it there. But we won't need to because Yeah, we're going to be finding it as we go along this adventure. But I think that'll be enough for now. So next time on Tales of the Abyss, I'm actually going to see you in Theor Forest, because before we go to St. Bina, there's a couple of other things I want to do. One of those is finish up this part of Guy's technique quest, and also to pick up the treasures that we didn't get in Theor Forest, including something you will definitely want to get a hold of if you are trying to 100% this game. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later.